Well, welcome. It is a blustery day here today on the north shore of Lake Superior. We're just at the tail end of a blizzard, and we got about almost 12 inches of snow, and the waves were huge, and it's still blowing a gale out there. Some of the trees are off bent over like that. It's going to be cold tonight, below zero. I want to tell you about a parable that Jesus told today. Jesus told this parable about a rich guy, and this rich guy was a farmer. In this particular year, his farm produced way over anything he could imagine. Huge amounts of produce. And he looked and he said, my barns can't even hold all this produce, so I'm going to build new barns. And they took all this produce and put it into his barns, and he said, I have plenty now for years to come, and I'm going to eat, drink, and I'm going to be merry. And you know what God said? God said, you fool, this very night your life is required of you. And who is going to get all these things that you've laid up for yourself? And then Jesus said, it's like this for people who store up things for themselves and are not rich to God. You know, it's interesting. A friend of mine by the name of Steve Grundlin used to say, you can't take it with you, but you can send it ahead. And that's the thought of the week. You can't take it with you, but you can send it ahead and become rich toward God. You say, well, how can I become rich toward God? Well, if you are a Christian, if you believe in Jesus, you're already rich towards God. You have salvation, and you have your place assured in heaven, and that resurrected body, and eternity with Jesus, and so forth. But you know, Jesus wants his followers to do more than just believe in him. Jesus wants his followers to show love to God and to show love to your neighbor. And that's the way you store up riches in heaven. Yeah, for instance, and I've said all these things before, you can show love to God by praising him. You can show love to God by thanking him for what he's done. Show love to God by being obedient to him. You can show love to your neighbor by being patient, and by being kind, and by being forgiving, and by being friendly. And you know, all those things that I just mentioned, you can do even if you're in a nursing home. You can do them even if you're stuck in bed and can't get out of bed. But this week, I want you to go beyond those things, and I want you to do a special act of love for one person this week. You should do a special act of love for one person this week. Maybe it's a relative or a friend, or maybe it's a stranger, or maybe it's through some organization or a church or something. What I want you to do is I want you to ask God, who can I do a special act of love for? And when he tells you, do it. Do it. Find out who you can do a special act of love for, and then do it. Well, I want to thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Aloha. See you there. And remember, you can't take it with you, but you can send it ahead and be rich toward God.